Hello and welcome to Watch What Crappens, a podcast about all that crap we just love to talk about on Bravo. I'm Ben Mandelker. Joining me today, as usual, the one, the only, the gloriously eyelidded Mr. Ronnie Karam. Hi, Ronnie. Look at those eyelids.
Hi, everybody. I've still got one wonky eye, but you know what? Who cares? It's less wonky than it has been. So it's like, bring it out today. Bring it out. I'm sick of wearing the glasses.
It looks great. I mean, I'm very happy. You are no longer a star of the James Bond film Die Another Day. Tomorrow Never Dies.
I'm back to pussy galore.
Golden sty.
Yeah.
No, your sty is gone, and your recovery has been so rapid. Now, finally, I feel like you're there. You're there. Your eyelids, your fresh new eyelids can finally be spectacular.
Close. They're close, but you know what? It's been a month in glasses. That's crazy. I didn't know it was going to be all that. But anyway, here we are. That's enough eyelid talk. Everybody, welcome to Watch What Crappens. It's a very special day today because Stephanie brags about her plane a lot. You know what we should do? You know what I'm going to start doing while you do the intro? I'm going to start Googling Stephanie's ass. Okay, Stephanie Show Ja E. Okay, Ben, go ahead. I'm writing Stephanie Showaji bankruptcy.
Okay, you're going to look that up. In the meantime, I'm going to tell everyone that they should come join us on Patreon, where we have a wonderful fan community that is there. We also have some great content. We have bonus content. This week's bonus episode, we caught up on some pop culture. We talked about Project Runway, Naked Gun, Big Brother. Ronnie let us in on some of the perils of planning a baby shower, things like that, like lots of very fun things. So come join us. There's also a video component. If you support on the Crappens on Demand level, you can watch the show. You don't just have to listen to it, so you can see Ronnie's beautiful eyes. And all those Crappens on Demand episodes are released for free on our YouTube channel a week later. But we know that you guys all want your fresh content. So to get it fresh and on video, it's there on Patreon. And there's also a fabulous Discord community. And shout out to everyone over there. So that's Patreon. And then this coming Monday, we have Crappy Hour coming up. That's going to be at 5:30 Pacific, 8:30 Eastern. And what we're going to be doing going forward is alternating between Crappy Hour one week and Amazon Live the following week for at least for the next like 2 months or so. So that is the plan, Stan. And today we are talking Real Housewives of Miami, which is just always fabulous every single time we watch it. Did you look up anything? What'd you find?
I found Stephanie Showaji and her husband Masood were forced to sell their 12,000 square foot home, Moorish style, after failing to repay an $8 million mortgage loan on time. They didn't pay the entirety of the $8 million they borrowed, and the bank filed a foreclosure on January 6th. What a date. God, what a date. That's an asshole date to lose stuff, January 6th. And they filed foreclosure and they sold it on the 17th. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to look up that because I'd heard some, there's like all these rumblings about Stephanie and her kind of lying ways. So I haven't gone too far into that because I'm waiting for it to come out on the show. Sometimes I spoil myself too much by reading too much gossip. And then it happens on the show and I'm like, whatever, that's no big deal. They lost everything. We saw it coming. I don't want to see it coming. I want to see it happen on the show. So, I'm trying to like avoid spoilers, but she bragged about her plane so much I had to look it up. So there you go.
Yeah. I mean, like at this point, we are seasoned Real Housewives viewers. We can sense financial issues a mile away. When someone comes in looking like a minion in Chanel, there are some mortgage issues, there are lawsuits, there are debts, there are bankruptcies hiding behind those pearl necklaces.
Yeah, and it's also got us attuned to feeling rich when we're not, because like you get so snotty watching Housewives about silly things you have no business being snotty about. Like Stephanie whips out her first scene is pulling out, she's like with an assistant or something, and she pulls out a Lady Dior purse and it says $5,900. And I was like, oh, that is so sad because my other friend has one that's $95,000.
I thought the same thing.
I'm embarrassed
totally
for you. Meanwhile, I have a hole in my big toe on my sock. I had my foot up on the ottoman, and I was like, you're judging this woman while your big toe is coming out of your sock, sir.
Yeah, I had the exact same reaction. I basically am a victim to bag inflation because of this network. Because last week, Nicole pulled out that $95,000 Hermes bag, I think. And we were like, oh my God, that's crazy. $95,000 for a bag. But now I'm like, $5,900 for a bag? What is it? Is that like, did you get it at CVS? I'm totally become a snob about something I never would buy. Like at any time.
Yeah, exactly. So she does that. And then Julia and Marisol meet up at a restaurant, and Julia almost knocks something over while she's hugging her. And she's like, oh, look what I did. Water, me and water. You know, look at that. I almost knocked over the water again. Me and my hilarious water.
That's what I do. And then Adriana, she arrives at a dog facility, and it's called DOG, which, as we all know, stands for Department of Government. And then it was actually so efficient, they actually got rid of the E. But no, it's actually, in this case,
notorious.
Yeah, it would be funny if she showed up at Doge. She's like, I am here to work. I'm here to fire people. But it's actually...
there are too many people in the Democratic Organization of Gardeners. I'm going to get rid of it.
I'm here to fire NPR. Okay. But... No, but she's actually at a place, I guess, where dogs can mate. And so
this was one of the funniest scenes I've ever seen on the Housewives
I loved
show.
it.
I died laughing because I thought, she's going to a dog groomer. And no, it was not. It was a whorehouse for dogs. So
Yes.
she's telling her dog, are you lucky for your date? Are you ready for your date? You're going to get lucky today. So she tells us, I've scoped all the parks in Miami. We've been looking high and low. We can't find a bitch. I'm going to find the right bitch for you. Don't you worry. Because here I am. I find a place that brings dogs together to have one trip in paradise before he gets clip. He's like, no clip. So he's going to get it out because her dog is a sex addict.
Yes.
The dog has trouble.
That dog loves sex. What's the name of the dog again? Why can't I remember it?
I don't know. I don't really pay attention to little fluffy, snotty dogs like that.
It's because it is a
won't learn
French
names.
poodle, right? It's a white French poodle, correct?
It's a floofy.
It looks
thing.
like
I don't know. It's like
it's a
aren't
floofy-
French poodles? Aren't French poodles bigger?
Maybe a toy poodle, a French toy poodle.
French toy.
It's a
poodle.
toy.
Would it be
Either-
a French toy poodle or a toy French poodle? Samuel
I don't know,
French
but she
poodle.
brought.
It knows
she
all the
brought
it knows
poodle
all the
onto-
scripts for all the play scripts for everything.
You have to like go through that poodle and get
It's a
the
poodle
rights
that
before
can
you
quote
put on
Glenn
your.
Gary, Glenn Ross.
It's very withholding about rights if you want to put on a production at your school. So the poodle is there. She brought the poodle on to watch what happens live. And I didn't watch the episode, but I watched clips. And what I liked was that the poodle was just kind of like freely roaming around that set. And I, famously really dislike poodles. I find that they are very hyperactive in a way that does not work with what I like in my personal space. So I generally dislike all poodles, and I dislike all poodle mixes, no matter how cute they are. There's like one or two exceptions that I will be okay with, but like generally speaking, when I see poodle, not only do I not like poodles, I think I even like poodles even less because inevitably the poodle owners always say, and I know some of you in our sweet audience are saying this right now, but they're so smart. And as I always say, I'm not commissioning this poodle to build me a wing on my house. I'm not looking for this poodle to develop a new vaccine. I don't need a dog to be smart.
People do
a
get
dog to
like
be
that
chill.
with dogs. It's weird because I had a Jack Russell before Bueller. I had a Jack Russell named Xena for 16 years. Loved this dog. That was my first dog to have as an adult. And this dog was really smart. She was a great dog. But everywhere we went, people were like, "Oh, a Jack Russell." And then they would start testing her. They would be like, oh my God, do this, do that, sit down, roll over. You know, what can your dog do? And I was like, why does the dog have to do anything? It poops outside. That's really all I require. Like, honestly, all I require is potty training and giving me love. That's all I need from a dog. But these people are like, does your dog know calculus? Because that is a Jack Russell, and they are very, very smart. And now I have Bueller, and he's just like, you know, a half pit bull, half chihuahua. He looks all Frankenstein. He's all weird looking, and people don't expect shit from Bueller. And it is like a vacation going around people. They're like, well, the dog didn't take my wallet, so you've got a good dog, you know?
Yeah, I feel like all my friends who have quote unquote smart dogs, what they wind up doing is having to hide food from the dogs the entire time. It's about like latching cabinets closed. I'm like, that's not an asset to me. I want my animals to be on the dumb side.
Yeah.
I want them to be low energy.
What are you doing
cuddly.
on my Bank of America account? Get the hell out of there.
Yes. So that's my preamble to say that usually when I see a poodle, I'm just like, but this poodle was cracking me up. Like, honestly,
I like poodles in general. It's just like the floofy dogs that people are like, oh my God, it's so cute. It's like overgroomed. It has bows in the hair. I don't like that stuff.
Yeah. And that's what this one
we need
is.
to
Like,
go on, probably.
Well, that's what I'm saying is that like this dog is like this. And so I'm like, ugh, this dog. But I was cracking up at this dog because it is so foofy, but ultimately you are reminded that it is, at the end of the day, despite all its bows and little cute sweaters and like grooming, it's still a dog. And it is ready to fuck.
Just the idea. I mean, who even thinks of that? Like, I'm getting my dog snipped, so he's not going to get laid properly, so I'm going to take him. And then someone else is like, I'm taking my dog, I'm going to take my female dog there to get fucked by some stranger. What an odd business. I mean, I get it for breeding if you want to like breed or whatever. No offense, straight people. But you know, a dog?
A dog. Yeah. But people love doing this stuff. I'm still trying to look up the dog's name. I for the life of me, I can't figure it out. I find all sorts of photos of Adriana's dog, but it is just, I cannot find the name of it. It's driving me absolutely bonkers. And now who's the dumb dog? Me.
So the perfect person to join for this scene is Lisa. I don't know why. It just makes sense for Lisa because she always had those parties with Lenny in Miami, like especially the Halloween parties. I think that's where he met Katrina or whatever the lady he ran off with. So that was kind of like a key party, right? It's like a bunch of Instagram and OnlyFans models and stuff would go and just like fuck rich guys at these parties from what we heard. And so it's funny that Adriana brings Lisa. She's like, nah, she's a swinger. She gets it. She gets it. You know, this is where we brought Lenny before he left Lisa.
Lenny had his many final rodeos here. The dog's name is Basquiat. Duh. Of course his name is Basquiat. Of course.
That dog is too groomed to be named Basquiat. Basquiat was just messy. You know, it was all about mess. You can't just have this floofy little dog with bows in his hair.
Yeah, like, and if anything, he needs to have like a little crown. Isn't that like Basquiat's thing? Like the little, as evidenced by me sticking my fingers on my head as if that looks like a crown. But I basically made myself look like a little buffalo. So they go, so Basquiat and Basquiat's last lady go to this back area to have a nice moment. And it's Basquiat and Honey. These are the lovebirds. And Adriana's making like conversation with the mom and everything. And then we see a montage. Adriana says that Basquiat's favorite type are human legs. And we see a montage of Basquiat humping so many legs. And again, it is so funny because it's this coiffed, groomed, like super like foofy dog be like on everyone's legs. And it keeps going. It's great. It was
hilarious. And Adriana's like, I hope he doesn't get catfished.
I missed that. It was
so funny. And then the mom's there of Honey, who is the lady that Basquiat is banging. And so they're making small talk, like, how old is Basquiat? He's 3, and Honey is 1. I'm like, Honey is 1? What kind of parenting are we doing in this country when you're taking your 1-year-old? I mean, I know that that's longer in dog year, but even dog years are 7 years. What are we doing here, people? What is the standard time that people normally neuter their dogs? Is it in like within their first year? Is it 3? Like Adriana is saying that this is like 3 years in. Basquiat's 3 years old. I always thought it was a little earlier. It's very late, early, right? Yeah, you do it. Yeah, I mean, I guess you can do it whenever you want, but yeah, generally you do it early. I've gotten my dogs always done fairly soon after I get them, I think. One time was so scary because I didn't have money to go get it done proper. So they have like a low income trailer, basically. It was in like the deep valley, and it was in the parking lot of a Big Lots. And I had to go at 7 a.m. and just leave Xena in there. And I was waiting outside like, this isn't right. This isn't right. Oh. But it was $20, and you know, she never humped anyone's leg. Jesus. I guess it was cheaper than taking her to get laid in a dog brothel, in the DOG brothel. So why do we need an hour to talk about this one scene? Like, nothing really even happened in this scene, but it was so cute and funny. We'll just stay here all day talking about different dog things. Okay, so they hook up, and romantic music plays when the dogs see each other, and Honey and Basquiat do the deed, and they get pictures. It's like a nice video of it. Larsa's going to be jealous that this dog is like getting its own OnlyFans promo, because Larsa's never really gotten to do that. We've never seen Larsa do like a foot shoot or whatever.
Yeah. I just was so happy for Basquiat, because when Basquiat was done doing his deed, Basquiat and Honey came out of the hideaway, and the rest of the people in the villa, the rest of the dogs, just like clapped their paws together. And then like Basquiat went off with the boys, and Honey went off with the girls, and they talked about what happened. And then later on, they did a challenge where they had to like transfer ketchup from one mouth to another. And then at the recoupling, what was shocking to me was how Basquiat dropped Honey, and she had to be kicked off the island. It was a terrible.
Oh my God! And Honey. The worst is right before she got kicked off, she fell asleep with the other girl dogs, and they put her paw in hot water, and she peed herself, and then she got kicked off the island. It was awkward.
Yeah, and then Jiggy was like, "Wait, so she got to go to DOG? Great, my dream date. Great, thanks."
It's time for a commercial. It's time for a Crappens commercial.
So there's a preppy party. Marisol is having a preppy party, and they're talking about what to wear. And Lisa's like, I hate themes. Unless they're like lady who gets money to do bad things in Grand Theft Auto. That's a theme I can get behind. What is preppy?
Yeah, what is preppy? So Adriana's like, well, I didn't feel invited. You know, I felt Marisol sent out the group chat, and like she never reached out to me. And nevertheless, I'm going to go because, you know, cameras, because the whole boat thing, and I kind of regret it. And then we cut to her last week being like, fuck off, you old whore. Go get plastic surgery on your bony knees because they need it. There's someone on Twitter whose name is Marisol's Bony Knees, and I just think that's the funniest Twitter name. It's so funny.
I've been calling people dry knees all week. That was my favorite. Dry knees. Fix your dry knees, whore. So Adriana's like, yeah, you know, it was a lapse in judgment. I'll say it was a lapse in judgment. And Lisa's like, yeah, I probably wouldn't have said pony knees. If, you know, maybe I would take that back. And she's like, I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud. She's like, okay, well, good. I'm glad you're taking accountable. I don't know the word, but, you know, stop the calculus. And she's like, I am accountable. I'm ready to move on. And I love when the person who did I love when the perpetrators are the ones that are ready to move on. I want to say that if I'm ever arrested for something. All right, guys. All right. I robbed the house. Sorry. I'm ready to move on from this.
I think I'm ready. Guys, I've been thinking about it, and I've processed this, and I understand. And I think I think it's time that we all moved on. I feel ready to move on because always in their mind, it's always like, well, the reason why I was a perpetrator is because you did something that offended me. But now I'm over that because I got out my perpetration, and so I think we can move on. Meanwhile, someone's sitting there with a house that's burned down.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you for your apology for having a flammable house. Thank you. So then we go back to Marisol and Julia, and Marisol's like, I invited Adriana to my preppy lunch. Oh, Dios mío. Julia's like, well, you guys are again completely on opposite planet. What happened with you? Well, I guess you got offended. Sorry, I heard you taking a drink of coffee.
I forgot to give myself a straw today, so now when I drink coffee, it's like a whole process I've got to do away from my mic. Otherwise, you guys are going to hear lots of ice clanking around. Who wants to hear that, especially when there's a preppy party afoot? Anyway, well, I guess she got offended because Kiki told her I didn't want to be on the same boat as her. I mean, why would I? I mean, it was just escalating the whole time. And then we were playing the mind exercise. She kept on giving me all the red flags. I mean, why would she give me the red flags?
And then we cut to the narcissism party where Daniel, the narcissism expert, is calling out different narcissistic traits. How are you not calling out having an Instagram full of you shirtless saying like 30-second memes, you fucking narcissist leader?
And also don't stop. So also you're so hot, stop. Please. In fact, please be more narcissistic. We'll see it all. Show us everything.
All narcissists who work out 5 times a day and like going around shirtless, keep being narcissists. Everyone else fix yourself. Okay. We don't have room for homely narcissists on Instagram.
No, that's absolutely correct.
Well, she got offended because Kiki told her I don't want to be on the same boat with her, but why would I want to be on the same boat with her? I mean, now I have dry knees. Do you have? I've been staring at my knees for days, and she's calling me old. I mean, she's older than me. It was just escalating. It was escalating the whole time. And when we were playing the mind exercise, she's giving me all the red flags. I'm like, I mean, come on.
I'm not going to lie. I was surprised to hear that Marisol is younger than Adriana. Because the thing is that, like,
everyone was surprised to hear that Marisol is younger than Adriana. Marisol's even surprised. Look at her. It's like, I'm older than her.
Well, that's, again, because all her references are like, I mean, look at this guy. Look how Adriana's dating a young whippersnapper of a guy. Who is he? Mickey Rooney? Am I right, everyone?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and also she doesn't help herself because she does dress like the older woman in the telenovela, who's like the evil one in the telenovela. And she's like this. She's wearing her, widow's veil and stuff and a widow's outfit. And she's married to an older guy, which is rare because most of them pick. Look at Adriana. She's with that like French callboy or whatever he is.
Right. So. Who, by the way, seems to be locked away somewhere. We haven't seen him since the first episode.
Well, paid by the hour. So we come back and she's like, yeah, I mean, if you're trying to move forward, why are you still picking? Just stop picking. She just gets so nasty. I mean, my physical appearance, body shaming, my knees. Can you imagine? My knees have good genes. They're blue. They're blue.
She's older than me. I mean, she kept calling me an old lady. I'm like, you're older than me. Oh, God. She's like a regular Lauren Bacall. So Lisa's like, well, I don't like that Julia's kind of forming a little group with them. And then you're almost like the outsider. Like, I don't like that for you. Maybe that's another reason that you lashed out. She's like, well, I don't mind that Julia has a relationship with the other girls in the group. The only thing I mind is Julia having a relationship with other girls in the group. I don't know if I could be any clearer.
She knows who Marisol is, but all of a sudden she's forgotten all of that. And so then we go back to the other two, and Julia's like, I hate what she said to you. I don't like what she did. I love your knees. I love your knees. I love that if I take a little piece of wood and rub it on your knees, I can make fire. I can make fire for babies and gods.
And, I said, Adriana, the only person who could do something to our friendship is you, yourself. End quote. You cannot be lashing out at people like that, especially when you decide to move forward. And so Marisol's like, Yeah, well, Gertie is in our group, and then we're gonna go continue seeing her. So, what are you gonna do to move forward? Because I don't know what I know what I do with Adriana's. I just ignore her. I just pretend it's bogey at the end of the bar, and I'm just gonna be off to Casablanca on my own. You know what I'm saying? People get these references, right? I'm connecting with the youngins, right?
Well, for, me and Gertie's friendship, the ship has sailed, and Captain Sandy is on it, and she's glad she only had dinner with me. But we could definitely be cordial.
Well, now Alexia and Stephanie are having some kind of weird stuff going on, and I feel like, I feel like everybody needs some therapy in this group, and I want to do something for Alexia. I'm having a spontaneous idea right now, because I feel like she's just been on this emotional roller coaster for, I don't know, 60 years at this point. I'm not sure. And so then we see flashbacks to Alexia having her standard season-long emotional issues.
This was so good. When they were at that dinner, she's like, I'm only having this dinner for my friend because he's coming in town. I don't want anything to be about Todd. Okay, nothing about this dinner is about Todd. We're only here to celebrate my friend. And then 5 minutes later, it's like, oh my God, Todd, no, Todd. Please don't ever let me go back to the narcissist, everybody. Please help me, please.
And not only did Alexia make that dinner about herself, she made it so much about herself that it has been a constant flashback, and has also in many ways been like a kernel that has driven the entire season. Like, wait, I thought you hated narcissists. You broke down in a restaurant and talked about how you hated narcissists.
Yeah. Oh,
it was an amazing
so good.
scene.
So good. So Julia's like,
We need to get her out of Miami because otherwise she will go back to Todd. So where should we go? Let's go to Seville.
she's like,
Seville.
and she's like, I like Seville. It reminds me of that saying in Spanish, Quien se fue a Sevilla perdido su silla.
Yes, I love this saying. Captain Sandy will not sit with non-lesbians.
It's not my fault.
My favorite saying is, when there's one seat left for Captain Sandy, you better sit yourself in another restaurant.
No, it's about people who don't tend to their business. They lose their business.
I don't know.
I don't follow.
Oh, God.
Don't follow.
Oh, more. Maybe she can lose her mind and lose thought.
And she goes, okay, yeah, maybe just make sayings whatever you want to make them, Julia. Who cares? Let's call Alexia. So they do. And Alexia's like, Star speaking, Star. Yes. Blink, blink, blink.
You've reached
Blink
the
in
star
Spanish.
line.
Blink in Spanish.
Hey there. Well, look who I'm with. It's Julia. So we thought it'd be a good idea to go back to Spain because you love Spain so much, and we could go to Seville. We could go to Sevilla. She goes, oh, of course, I love it. I absolutely love it. And we can get you away from Todd. Oh, perfect. You know what? That's what I need, a break from Todd. But by the way, I have to be back on November 18th because Todd's birthday is November 19th.
This is why we want to organize trip to get it away from Todd.
Oh, you know what? Thank you for being such good friends. I love you girls. You girls always bring a smile to my face. You know that. Please, I have to go now. Todd might call me.
You guys bring me a Todd to my face. That's what I say. When I want to say smile, I say Todd. So Marisol's like, okay, one caveat. We're not talking about Todd. No dudes. Okay. No bros, bro. Okay. I'm not even going to talk about Steve, the alpha male of the group. Okay. We're not talking about dudes on this trip. Okay. She hung up. I think she hung up about 5 minutes ago, didn't she? Yeah.
Meanwhile, at Dog, Basquiat.
Now we see Basquiat finishing the
climaxes. Yeah, he does it.
We get
a picture.
We get this picture of like Basquiat like on top of Honey, just like smiling at the camera. Like, if I'm going out, I'm going out in style.
I hope we get the whole story of what happens to Basquiat now that he gets snipped. Is he just going to be like, what is life? Just sitting on the couch, like, what is life? What do I even do with this? Read a book. God.
He's like, well, now I can be a guard for Khaleesi. So we go to Gertie's home. He has real big plans. So we go to Gertie's home, and Gertie is she calls Dr. Jackie from Married to Medicine, and she's like, oh, that haircut that you have is my favorite on you, baby. I love it so much. And she's like, oh, Well, I need to tell my stylist about it. My stylist, as you know, is a giant plastic vagina that I'll be showing everyone on the next season of Marriage to Medicine for many episodes. Okay,
I believe in vaginal health for the hair, which is why I tap my head with a dildo every single day. I've written a book about it. And Gertie's like, these girls don't understand me. Nobody understands what it's like to have cancer except you. And she's like, yes, well, sometimes when friends are bad, friends are good. Because you need to thank them for showing you that goodness can be badness and badness can be goodness. Waste not, want not. 2 birds in a hand are better than 1 hand in a bush.
I wasn't following any of that because I was transcribing so that way I can put it up on screen for my next humiliation party. Alrighty, I'm just trying to tell you I'm having trouble having sex. Do you ever have trouble having sex? What's life like for you? What's going on with you? And I'm just going to keep talking all the way through the scene. So they bond. They bond. Jackie gives her some advice on dealing with, aftermath of breast cancer and being a survivor, etc. It's very nice.
And advice on just dealing with shitty friends, because she's like, these girls don't even understand me. I don't know what to do. No. She's like, well, sometimes when people don't understand you, a drowning man is bigger than a man who's swimming in a lake. Do you understand what I'm saying? She's like, well, a bird flying overhead is smarter than a hamster on a wheel and a BMW that's going backwards at 30 miles an hour. Do you understand? She's like,
Listen, Gertie. Big Mac McDLT, a quarter pounder with some cheese filet, a fish, a hamburger, a cheeseburger, a Happy Meal, McDonald's, Tasty Goldie, French fries, regular or larger size. Right.
I would like you to tell those women, just look them straight in the face and say, hold the pickles, hold the lettuce. Special orders don't upset us. All we ask is that you let us have it your way.
And then say, we have the meats.
It was a very nice phone call full of Dr. Jackie platitudes. And Gertie's like, okay. Well, before you go, sniffling, sneezing, nighttime, coffee, snuffy heads so you can rest medicine. She's like, okay, I've got to go now.
Oh, and one last thing. We are farmers. Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun.
I did like one of her Dr. Jackie's little sayings, because she was just telling Gertie, you just got to look forward. She goes, that's why when we drive, you have a little rear view mirror and a big windshield, because you'll look back a little bit, but there's a lot more to look at going forward. And also, if you don't look out the windshield, you'll crash into a wall.
You'll crash.
But
you'll crash.
Still, I like that one, Dr. Jackie. I think all Dr. Jackie had to say was this. Now listen, Gertie, I know it's difficult. You're dealing with very difficult people in your cast. Is Quad on your cast? No. Okay, then I don't want to hear it anymore.
You have it easy.
Quad. And we had a Mariah segment era on our show.
She's like, there's a reason that stop signs are on the street and not inside the car. Because otherwise, when would you stop?
All right. If we didn't have stop signs, Toya would just keep on driving into bushes. We've had to discuss this many times with her.
So let's go to Il Gabbiano Restaurant. Masood and Stephanie are arriving in matching cheesy outfits, and they're both trying so hard. She's like trying to be rich, and he's trying to be young, and it doesn't work for either of them. They both look like posers. Sorry.
They look ridiculous. Well, he is so ridiculous when he tries to look young. Like when he was doing his TikTok challenges, or he wears his hat backwards. It's more cringy than when Mauricio does it. Because Masood really, I think he's like approaching like early 80s. And it's just watching him trying to do like this Abercrombie and Fitch moment. It's like, oh, come on, Masood. So they sit down. Masood is so excited to meet Martina because he is a Martina super fan. And he really can't even hide it in this scene, which is really funny because he's very, very wealthy, or at least presents as very, very wealthy. And you sort of feel like when you're really, really wealthy, you don't act like a blubbering mess around celebrities, but he kind of is. He's kind of a disaster.
Yeah, and I like that Martina isn't even like performatively humble at all ever. It's so funny to me. And she's accomplished a lot. She doesn't have to be. There's no rule that says she has to be. It's just a funny demeanor to me because Stephanie's like, you've met my my husband has been dying to meet you. She goes, yeah, she told me that you know more about me than I do. Let's have a scene. Like, I'm amazing. I know. All right, go ahead. Say what you have to say.
Seriously. So, he's like really excited. And but of course, first they have to start talking about like the kids, and like how everything's going with the babies.
But it's not really just a standard conversation because it's so depressing. They're like, so how are your new babies? And Martina's like, they still cry when we leave, blah, 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 for about 2 seconds. And then diverse and distraction. You know how they are. Just off doing whatever. And Stephanie's like, well, how old are you going to be when they're 20? The fuck kind of question is that to say?
I know.
Jesus, you're married to Methuselah.
Crazy.
What are you talking about?
How old is Masood going to be when you turn 20, Stephanie? So, Martina is like, well, they still cry when we leave. And for about 2 seconds, I said this part. God, sometimes I just like to say it again just because I know Masood is so excited to hear me talk. So he's like,
Julia's
Martina.
like, she just turned 67. 68, Julia. I love that Julia has no idea how old her wife is. Julia's just out of it. She didn't know where her kids went to school. She didn't know how old her wife was. Her wife was getting cancer treatments. Julia's off getting a facelift. I mean, what the hell?
So Masood is like, so Martina, talk to me. I used to watch you. Obviously, that's why I'm wearing this Martina t-shirt. Yeah, I noticed that. But we used to watch you all the time. I mean, to find you against what's her name? I appreciate you pretending to forget Chris Everett's name. That really warms my heart.
She's funny. That's what we used to call her. What's her name? So that actually works out perfect.
My favorite thing with Chris Everett is the way her hair would always fluff so delicately every time the ball went flying by her because she never could hit it back.
Are you missing those times that you got to play with what's-her-face? And she's like, if I could still play, I would. But, I don't miss the stress. When I retired in 94, my mom said I looked 10 years younger because the stress, it was gone forever. Till I met this one.
You don't understand how stressful it was to have to try to make conversation with Chris Everett. God, talk about boring. So... So Masood is like, so you going to coach your sons? Or maybe, I don't know, handsome gentleman who looks like he might be only 24 years old when he has backwards hat on? No, I will not.
But he has a motorcycle jacket.
Well, that's tempting. But still
very tight pants. Very tight pants.
Well, does he have any canvases that I can hit tennis balls onto and make art?
I might teach him artwork. I forgot that she did that. Her art where she would hit a tennis ball into a wet canvas. That was good. Yeah. Whatever happened to that?
I did like it actually quite a bit.
Commercials. Here comes one right now.
So basically she's like, she'll supervise her sons, but and she says if they take it on later, then she'll step in. But she's like, but I need someone else to teach them basics. Like Chris Everett, someone who just deals with low level skills.
I need someone else to teach them the Chris Everetts. The basics.
I love that Martina is such a tennis diva that she's like, I'm not going to deal with anyone who's who's below a certain level, not even my own children. They need if I'm going to play tennis with my children, someone else needs to bring them up to US Open level. But until then, I'm not even going to hold a racket in their presence.
Like they can barely hold a banana at this point. But if ever they get off their asses and do something, maybe. One of them just dropped an egg.
It was on Chris Everett's head, so we applauded him.
So Stephanie's like, so do you have siblings, Julia? And she's like,
I have one brother, 12 years younger. He's in Moscow. We go once or twice a year. I'm super close.
And she's like, oh yeah, I have twin sisters. We stopped talking to each other. We don't speak the same language. I mean,
Thanks.
I don't need to sound depressing about it. It's like, are you asking someone else about their life or like?
No, she just wanted to segue to that way she could talk about that. She does not care about Julia's family. She just wanted to set up the conversation so she could talk about how her bitch twin sisters don't talk to her or their parents. So that way she could continue to weaponize this platform against them, publicly shame them. So
But it's okay because then Julia takes it right back and makes it about her again, but with something else. She's like,
No, we're having difficult time with older daughters because we don't have communication with them anymore because of our new family dynamic. It's growing pains.
and she says that the adoption came as a surprise to her girls because you didn't tell them. I mean, is that what you were getting out of this? Like she did. They were just like, maybe we're going to adopt kids. And then the next minute they've got 2 new kids and they're like, excuse me, where's my inheritance going? Like, what the hell?
Not only where's my inheritance, like no offense, you two are both a bit older and we're going to have to be the ones taking care of these kids ultimately. Like when they're like 10 or 11, you know, like we're probably going to have to step in or like they're going to have to live with us. Who knows what, life has in store. But they know it's more than just like suddenly 2 new brothers. It's like, oh, we have to take care of these kids out of nowhere. But even that being said, like, I mean, I kind of can't imagine just suddenly stop talking to your mom because she adopted kids.
Well, but
I can imagine being like, mom, that's so annoying. Stop it. But I can't imagine being like, I'm never talking to her again because she's opening her house up to 2 children that need a house.
Well, we don't obviously know the whole story, but from what Julia is saying here, they didn't really tell the kids. Like, there's no communication. I think the kids are just like,
no, the kids were. The kids were given a Zoom link and they chose not to come. No, I'm just kidding. They were late to the Zoom link, and so it was up to them to read about it in the news. And that if they had chosen to come onto the Zoom 5 minutes earlier, they could have been looped in like everyone else who was cool.
Julia fucking would too.
I'm sorry, they read it in People. That's why they read if they don't get to Zoom.
So
I think it's about inheritance, and I think it's also it's inheritance and knowing that they just have to. This is going to be a responsibility that's going to land on them ultimately because I think that Martina and Julia are older, and like it's not going to be. I don't think it's going to be a cakewalk.
Yeah. So yeah, she says they are upset with us for not communicating enough with them about what's going to happen. So you didn't tell them. I just was cracking up. That is so Julia. So,
I cannot believe my daughters are not talking to me after I did not talk to my daughters about what we are doing.
So then we see a clip to illustrate how close she is with her brother in Moscow, and they're on FaceTime. And she's like, I don't know what to do. The girls won't talk to me. I've tried to call them, but they won't. I've tried to have my sons FaceTime them. They just hang up on them. I don't know what to do. And he's like, listen, here's what I always say. Hold the pickle. Hold the lettuce. Special orders. Have you been watching Married to Medicine? So Martina's like, well, it's just sad, because you can't have that time back. You have regrets that you wasted this time because it's so precious and you just can't have it back. But, I get it out of my system like everything else with a toothpick. A toothpick. Right here. Doesn't she always look like she's got a toothpick in her mouth? She's always like...
Yeah, she looks like a toothpick. I just want her to wear a big floppy top hat at one point so that way she can complete her Tom Petty look. That's all I want. So I'm free falling. Sorry, that's Chris Everett chasing after a ball.
And Stephanie's like, this really hits home because my sisters aren't speaking to my parents. And my advice to Julia is she just nips it in the bud. Just nip it in the bud. You aren't. You still won't speak to your sisters. So whatever. She says it's too long. It's been too long for her to turn back.
Oh, lady.
I'm team sisters. I can tell you that right now. I'm team your sisters.
I think
you are insufferable.
Too.
I'm sure you flaunt your shit all in front of your sisters. You ended up stealing some wife's husband, and now you're walking around her house like, I want every piece of that woman. Gut it out of this house. I mean, you're not cute, ma'am. I'm team sisters.
Yeah, we know that Patty and Selma are probably in the right on this one. So then we go over. So Masood is like, well, life is tough and you have to make the best out of it. A lot of these guys really coming in with a lot of really, really sage advice. Time heals everything. Life is tough. You got to make the best out of it. If you ever wanted proof that men are not really listening, this scene is it. They're like, okay. Now, he's like, the best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. Am I right? Right? No?
On that note,
It's just taglines now. That's all it.
Just like, I'm loving it. So Julia's like, on
Ace
that note,
is the place. Wait, what is it? Ace is the place for Ace is the place for you. Ace is the place for you. It's not coming to me. But goddamn, that tune's addictive, isn't it? Ace is the place in the happy hardware store.
what's the one that I'm always singing? Oh, the Sky Rizzy song. God, I love the Sky Rizzy song.
You do love
Nothing is everything.
Nothing is everything. Sky Rizzy.
Nothing is everything. You ever think about that?
okay, well, on that note, speaking of nothing, Marisol has an idea. We are going to go a girls' trip to Seville. Would you like to come? And she's like, yes. So, that was a direct yes. She's like,
I want to come. Can I come?
Oh, no, you have to babysit boys. Unless you can get daughters to babysit boys. Oh, let's have daughters babysit boys. Like,
Mom, this is why we're not talking to you.
Put boys in box, ship to daughters.
And Stephanie's like, I'm going to take my airplane. My airplane. You have access to your husband's business plane, Erica Jane. Okay. We all know that ain't your airplane. Stop it. And Martina's like, no, I really want to go. Wow. And Stephanie's like, you are coming with me on my airplane, but who else did you invite? And so she's already starting to use her plane as a weapon. Like we already see it coming. And Julia tells her, it's obviously Alexia, because it's her trip, kind of. And she's like, well, should we go to bar and talk about Alexia for a second so the husbands don't have to hear? And she's like, well, I don't know where this is going, but I'd love to let Astro over here get some autographs. He's like, oh, goody, goody. The young boy inside of me cannot wait to talk to sexy Martina.
This was such an awkward transition.
shall we go talk at bar about
Alexia? I was like, what is this strange staging that they're having? So
it's that
she
whole like thing in the 50s, like ladies' business doesn't belong in front of the gentleman. That's
I know. So then Julia's like,
right now it's big clash with Gertie. So we just have to know how to deal with it.
So Stephanie's like, well, I'm new to this group, and I feel like everyone has welcomed me except for Alexia, the Rottweiler, the slobbering, crazy, humping Rottweiler that she is. And I just feel unwelcome by her. I know you're going to like stick up for her because you've been friends with her longer. She's like, well, I know how to, but you cannot make excuses for a bully. You just cannot do that. Now, excuse me, I've got 80 men on a construction site I've got to yell at. Get back to work, you fucking losers. Otherwise I'm going to throw you into a pool. Sorry.
Please do not support bullies. Now let's make a list of people I can bully off of my plane.
I know. So, meanwhile, Martina's stuck with Masood, and he's like, you were in very good shape. I never forget looking at your arms. So much veins. It was like looking at map of highway. Seriously.
Well, that's why Julia fell in love with me, because of my amazing arms. She said she saw them on TV. That's what I got. That's what I got. I'm a hot lady with great arms, brilliant at tennis. Anything else? You got anything else? Just keep it coming.
People would always say, Martina, she's the veiny one. Chris Everett, that's like yogurt in a skirt. Am I right? Huh? Am I right? No.
One time someone complimented Chris's arms, and I said, no, sir, I'm sorry that you're actually talking to a trash can. Chris is over there. Chris is over there.
When you guys are talking about Chris's arms, are you talking about her arms or the lines in the tennis court? Because as far as I can tell, they're both lying flat out on the grass.
Hey, I'd like an order. Waiter, come over here. Macero, come over here. I'd like to get an order of Chris Everett's arms. I'm sorry, noodles?
Oh, my favorite is when Chris Everett would serve, and every time Well, she would never get it in. And before the ref could even say fault, I'd go, your fault for being stupid. That was great. Every single time.
Okay, we are really faltering here. I hope the ladies come back soon. No, really. Let's talk about Arms
drunk.
War.
Getting drunk and you know what? Plop plop fizz fizz. Am I right?
Do you want to babysit a couple of egg dropping children who don't know how to play anything?
You know what, Masood? A wise man once told me, "Give me a break. Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar."
Sorry, I just finished that chapter on the Dr. Jackie book, and I'm more in love with you than ever. So then we go back to Julia, and she's like,
I talk to Alexia almost every day, and I'm 100% sure, knowing your personality, you can have conversation, you can get over it.
and she's like, oh, really? Well, I want to talk to her. I hope they have planes on her Southwest airline that she'll be riding to Seville. And Julia's like,
Well, I thought we could meet in different place, different continent, and see how we could make it work.
and she's like, oh, okay, here's to Spain. Let's hope everything comes back hunky-dory.
Yes, hunky-dory. I don't understand that phrase.
Congratulations, you've reached the end of part 1 of a 2-part recap. For part 2, go look for the recap that says part 2. See you over there, suckers.
Watch What Crappens would like to thank its premium sponsors. Ain't no thing like Allison King. It's always a party on Allison Block.
Our way is the Amber way.
It's the Foster and the Furious. It's Amanda Foster.
She can run my country. It's Angie McGovern.
It's always automatic with Ashley Auto. Put your hands together for Carly Clapp.
Get on the right foot with Chrissy Offit.
She's not just a Sheila, she's a Daniela. Etchels.
We never miss her call. It's Diane Call.
Aaron McNicholas. She don't miss no trickolas.
Hava Nagila Weber.
You'll never hide from Heidi Eleanor Jones. I go, you go, we all go for Hugo. Jamie. She has no last namey.
She's our kind of mess. It's Jennifer Messer.
Sipped some scotch with Jessica Trotch.
She's our favorite streamer, Caroline Peacock.
Kristen the Piston Anderson.
Get a bee in your bonnet with Lacey B.
Que sera, whatever will be, will Lauren Silsby.
Bringing the funk, it's Leslie Plunkett.
She gets an A from us. It's Lindsay D.
Let's give a kisserino to Lisa Lino.
Fresh as a daisy, it's Maisie McHenry.
We love her on the rocks. It's Melissa Cox.
Megan Berg. You can't have a burger without the Berg.
This is Livin' with Michelle Vivian.
I love ya, Olivia Williamson. Tastier than Flanderson, it's Rachel Manderson.
She sure is swell, it's Raquel.
Yes, we canna, it's Savannah.
Cast a spell with Shannon Spellman. Let's share with Sharon Eldridge.
Darn Skippy. It's Tippy.
The Bay Area Betches. Betches.
And our super premium sponsors.
She's VVIP, it's Amanda V. Can't lose when you're with Amy Baldwin.
Somebody get us 10 cc's of Betsy MD.
We're taking the gold with Brenda Silva.
Let's get real with Caitlin O'Neill.
Don't get salty with Christine Pepper. Can't have a meal without the Emily Sides.
Let's go into the woods with Guy Tubbs.
It's our queen. It's Queen Laifa.
Nobody holds a candle to Jamie Kendall. Hail the Cork Master, the Master of the Cork, Jennifer Corcoran. We got our wish, it's Jen Plish. She's not harsh, she's Jill Hirsch. Knock, knock, knocking on Katie Manock's door. My favorite Murdo, Karen McMurdo. We love him madly, it's Kyle Pod Shadley. In the study with a candlestick, it's Leslie Peacock. We're ride or die for Lisa Ryder Barron. She's a whiz, it's Liz Sarthy. Always killing it, it's Lola Alkalani.
The incredible edible Matthews sisters.
She eases our woes. It's Melissa St. Rose.
There's a chance of meatballs, it's Rebecca Cloud.
She's the queen bee, it's Sarah Lemke.
We cannot tell a lie. It's Sarah Telefson.
Shannon, out of a cannon, Anthony. Please don't stop, it's Soli and Pop. Let's take off with Tamla Plain.
It's always a good time when you're wasting time with Bravo.
She ain't no shrinking Violet Kuchar. We love you guys.